What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you guys are in the world. I'm still just barely figuring out where I am. This is actually it's interesting with me trying to figure out where I am. This is actually a pre-recorded show because I'm on my way to New Orleans right now. I'm on a plane while this is airing. And what's funny, you guys, I love New Orleans, which is so funny because I'm not a big partier. My body doesn't like drinking and large crowds, but I love New Orleans. And it's an interesting town, especially for entities, because it always feels like somebody's walking up behind you. And, well, they probably are. The city has so many entities, things like that. But what's funny, you guys, is the very first time I flew to New Orleans, I remember sitting at my layover, and I went, oh, crap, do I have my passport? Because for some reason, for that just 10 seconds, was going, oh, my gosh, I need my passport, because I thought New Orleans was in, like, a different country. If you guys haven't experienced New Orleans, I suggest it. It's very interesting. I go back at least once a year just to have fun. It's an interesting town. So I don't know where I am, so good day to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Right Body for You. It's a different kind of radio show. And I'm your host, Donnielle. I am your body tour guide, your Diggo leader, and what I've been discovering lately is the fact that I'm very willing to shine the light into those dark corners of things that we don't like to talk about, that if we actually did talk about would actually change everything, which it's kind of fun to poke around in those dark corners and see what you get. So Right Body for You is a part of Access Consciousness, and Access Consciousness was created by Gary Douglas like 27 years ago or something like that, a two in front of it something years ago, and it's an amazing set of tools and techniques that help you change any area of your life that, I don't like to say that's not working for you, or just it might not be working, or you just want something different, or you just want more. Because as I talked about in last week's show, which if you haven't listened to it, please do. It's a fantastic show about not creating from lack. Just saying that, you have to help you change any area of your life that's not working for you really is instilling the fact that you have to have something not working for change. And that's not what this is all about. It's just about you being you, and enjoying your life, enjoying the world, and enjoying your body. In all the ways, my little perverted friends that I heard you out there. And so please do listen to last week's show. That was friggin' awesome. It was called Creating from the Haves, Not from the Have-Nots. So it was a lot of fun. But today, we're talking about holidays. Everybody's like, oh, it's getting to that time of year. And, I find it funny that people go, that time of year. Everybody seems to know what that type of year is. I know that time of year isn't the same for everybody. I know in Canada, you guys already had your Thanksgiving, and in America, our Thanksgiving is next week. Christmas, like my friends in Turkey, they're like, we don't celebrate Christmas. We don't know what you guys are talking about. December, end of the year, it's just another holiday, it's just another month. But for a lot of the world, the holiday season is coming. It's lately in this reality, it tends to bring all right, let me see what I can do to survive this holiday season. Which I find it interesting that so many people just talk about surviving the holiday season. It's like running the gauntlet, the gauntlet where in in historic times you would have to run through something, a corridor where people were trying to kill you or something like that. And if you came out the other side, you survived. Woohoo! Running the gauntlet, right? So that's kind of what the holidays are like for a lot of people. And what if it doesn't have to be that way? I mean, really, what if it doesn't have to be that way? What if you could do another I word called thrive during the holidays? Not just survive, but thrive during the holidays. And what the freak would that even look like, right? Well, this is what I'm here for you today to talk about, is really thriving during the holidays, okay? I call the show Stuff the Turkey, Not Your Body, because American Thanksgiving is next week, which is a lot of turkey. And, turkey carries throughout the holidays. And sometimes we often have we stuff our turkey, that too, but we stuff our bodies in so many different ways throughout the holidays. It's not just with the food. It's with emotions and memories and other things too, which we're going to get into that a lot during the show. But I know for me, once I started using the Access tools, I actually started enjoying the holidays more, and then I thrive during the holidays. I know some people who lose weight before the holidays start so that they can gain it back during the holidays, okay? And that's that whole creating from lack. You have to create a lack to stimulate the creation, which last week's show, listen to, please. But what if it's more than that, okay? All right, so I came up with some tips, and we'll see how fast we can get through all of these. I say how fast we can get through them all because what's interesting is part of the change I have with Access Consciousness was I used to be shy. I used to not talk a lot. I talked a lot in my head, but I never actually talked a lot out loud to people. Which for somebody who had a mother who had a radio show for 27 years and then worked in the TV industry, which had, cameras and microphones, and I worked in radio also with microphones, occasionally TV. This being shy and not talking to people and not desiring to be seen was a real pain in the butt. And now, as evidenced by 58 shows later, I don't have any problem talking. And this is my second radio show. I used to do a radio show for 4 years with my mother called Access the Magic. So why I say how fast I can get through these things is because I talk. So I've done 3 tips, barely got them in. I've done 10 tips, barely got it in. So here we go. Let's see what we can do today. All right. So I'm actually going to change the order a little bit, this one. First one I'm going to say is pot and pock, everything you think holidays should be, okay? Pot and pock is the Access Consciousness verbal processing. Pot and pock is the short speak, the slang, if you want to say, for the verbal processing of Access Consciousness, which basically consists of a question, which brings up energy. I ask you if you're willing to let that go, destroy and uncreate it, basically give up the limitation. And when you say yes, hopefully, which shows your willingness. When you say yes, it shows your willingness, whether you're 0.01 willing or 100% willing or 100,000% willing. And then the verbal clearing statement, which is right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyond, which then actually helps to shift that energy so you're not stuck with it anymore. And you can always go to theclearingstatement.com and check it all out, okay? So the very first one is pot and pock, everything you think the holidays should be. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of them, okay? My producer said stressful, busy, fun, real exciting, and on and on. Exactly, okay? So pot and pock, everything you think the holidays should be. Some of it's like, oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. I won't try to sing the song for you. You're welcome. My little present to you, me not singing. But the bad. It's like, oh, it's going to be miserable. I have to see my family have to do this. It's just something I have to get through. Okay? What would it take for the holidays to actually be fun for you? Okay, so you want to pod talk everything, not just the bad, but also the good. Because anything you think like it should be the most wonderful time of the year, well, you're creating a limitation so what it can be doesn't actually show up. Okay? So that's number one. Pod and pock everything you think the holidays should be. Okay? And if you know all the full question and the clear statement, cool, do that. If nothing else, go pod and pock that. Pod and pock that. That will assist with that. Okay? So, number two, ask your body for everything. Ask your body for everything that pertains to it. Okay? I know you guys are going, I've heard you say this. Get on with it. All right, but really, ask your body for everything that pertains to it during the holidays. It goes beyond the eating. Okay? That's the first thing that comes to mind with people during the holidays. And yes, it's included, please ask your body what it would like to eat. But also other things. Body, what holiday outfit would you like to wear? What outfit would you like to wear? Okay? Body, would you like to go to this party? Because who goes to the party? You or your body? Okay? Or those family meals. Body, who would you like to sit next to? Do you want to sit next to Aunt Bertha? Or do you want to sit next to Jane or John or whomever, you know? It's like, who does your body actually desire to sit next to? Who does your body desire to spend time with? Body, what do you desire to do today? You know, it's funny, I talked about before, some of my favorite holiday hanging out with people or things is I like to hang out with the animals and the babies. I discovered a long time ago that I actually have a great capacity for helping bodies of people or animals to be able to have some ease and create space. And so I actually like spending time with the babies during the holidays. It gives the babies a break. It gives the parents a break. And I don't mean break as in separation, but as in, hey, you know what? Motherhood and fatherhood, my hat's off to you. It is an amazing and huge job or task or role or, you know, whatever it is. And you guys are doing some amazing, great things, you know. And I may not have birthed children, but I certainly have helped raise them. There's a few of my nieces and nephews that I actually kind of claim as my own. And I realized early on, although I tried to make it a wrongness, because, you know, so much in this reality, when we try to make something oftentimes in this reality, something that's actually a strongness, we try to make wrong. Because, you know, my family, we used to joke, oh, well, if you want to put a baby to sleep, just give him to Donnielle. And I used to think it was, it's because I'm boring, people just fall asleep. So what's actually going on is that I'm able to help them expand and create ease in their body to which they're like, oh, hallelujah, you know, and then they pass out. Same with the animals, okay? So when you ask your body for everything that pertains to it, it's not only going to be about what's creating ease for you. Sometimes it's creating ease for other people. And everywhere you guys have decided and judged that creating ease for other people is a daunting thing and something that will wither you or something that will take a lot out of you. Is that true, or is it just the point of view you put on it? Okay? So everywhere you've decided and judged that being there for other people means it's exhausting, or any other word you want to use, will you be willing to destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, flip, all nine shorts, boys, and beyond. Okay? All right. So this ask your body for everything that pertains to it, because trust me, it's going to be different. It's not just about food. It's not just about what you're wearing. It's also about bodies going to the parties, bodies hanging out with people who they want to sit next to. Really, really, ask your body for everything that pertains to it. Okay? So that is number one. Number two, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, well, you know what? I have more tips for thriving during the holidays. So the only thing you'll stuff this holiday season is the turkey. All right, this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We are on a2zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on a2zen.fm.
What would you say if I told you that you could change your life in only 1 hour and all while lying down relaxing? Thousands of people all over the world have. What am I talking about? It's called Access Consciousness, the bars. The bars is an energetic body process that contains 32 different points on your head that when run assist you in releasing decisions about any area of your life that you have made solid and as a result cannot change. The bars is the first class in Access Consciousness, a dynamic set of tools and information designed to transform any area of your life. When you have a bars session, the worst that can happen is you feel like you had a fantastic massage. The best thing that can happen is your whole life could change. Go to accessconsciousness.com today to find a facilitator to schedule a private session or to find a bars class in your area. Are you willing to give yourself an hour to change your life?
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am Donnielle. I am your host, your body tour guide, and I don't know if it's a giggle leader so much as a giggle sharer. I tend to like to do a lot of giggling, and I hope you do too. So today we're talking about thriving during the holidays, not just surviving. And hopefully the only thing you're stuffing this holiday season is the turkey, not your body, whether it be with food or emotions or anything like that. So, number 3 is be present with each bite of food, okay? There's a lot of food in the holidays. It's almost a universal truth that there is a lot of food during the holidays. There's treats and yummy things, and some that come with memories, and some that just come with, some of you just thought calories, which is funny. Interesting point of view, right? We talk about that. But there's a lot of food around, so be present with each bite, okay? Body, like we talked about with the last tip, body, would you like a bite? Would you like some of this? And if you get a yes, cool. And so be present with each bite. And what I'm talking about with that is it's like, even right at first, perceive the energy of the food. If it's a food you can hold in your hand, great, do that. If it's something like slippery and sloppy, I'm not sure how that would work. If you're going to do something like, mashed potatoes or candied yams, that would be interesting. Then you could just lick it off your hand or something. But perceive the energy of the food, okay? Oftentimes, food and eating is really about the energy exchange, the energy that your body is getting from these different foods, which is oftentimes why you don't always have to actually eat or ingest the food for your body to be able to get the energy from it, okay? It's those times when you're like, oh my gosh, I want potato chips so much, and you buy them, and by the time you get home, you forget you have potato chips. It's because your body already got what it needed from the potato chips without eating it, okay? So perceive the energy of the food, and then ask your body, would you like some still? And if you get a yes, cool, take that first bite and really be present with the energy of it, okay? smell it, feel it, taste it, see where it hits on your tongue, see how it feels when you're swallowing and what the energy exchange is like with your body, what goes on with your body with it. Okay? And then, body, would you like another bite? Body, would you like another bite? Body, would you like another bite? Be present and ask your body each time, body, would you like another bite? And as you're, rebuilding this communication with your body, ask that each time, body, would you like another bite? And on, till eventually it just becomes a second nature to you, or the first nature, or just it's who you be and how you be with your body, okay? And so as you're taking each one of these bites, please be aware of the change in the flavor and the taste and the textures, okay? Because as your body becomes undone with that, flavors and textures tend to change. And so, this is where we usually start making excuses, where we go, oh, well, my body's just getting used to it, or it got cold, or whatever it is. So if it's changing flavors, be present with that and ask your body, like, oh, is this your way of telling me that you don't desire this anymore, okay? Excuse me. So be present with each bite, all right? And part of being present with each bite is enjoy the treat and the memories, but don't stuff yourself on them. And what I mean by stuffing yourself on them is the memories. How many of us have eaten something and then gotten lost in the past, okay? For me, it used to be my mother's cherry chip bread. She used to make it every holiday season, and it was my treat. And I would show her how much I loved her by eating myself sick. Literally eating myself sick is how I proved that I loved her, by eating this. I know, not very cute, but we all do it, or a lot of us do it, I should say. It's that Jewish mother syndrome, even though she's not Jewish, but, we all were somewhere in some lifetime. So it's like, eat this, prove to me how much you love me. Eat, eat, eat. And so I would make myself sick with this. So what's interesting is with the warm, fuzzy memories that eating this cherry chip bread comes, I also got the being sick feelings coming from, which, not my brightest thing. But here it is. When I'm present with each bite and I eat it, I get to enjoy it. And then I keep the warm, fuzzy memories, but not the being sick memories, okay? So being present with each bite is a great way of actually thriving during the holidays. So you can enjoy it. You can indulge. You can eat the treats without the judgment or self-flagellation that comes after, okay? Okay, number 4 is I lost it. There we go. Number 4, work with your body and negotiate with your bodies, okay? During the holidays, I don't know about you, sometimes we end up doing things, going somewhere, eating things that may not have been our first choice. I'm not a big party person, despite the fact that I'm on my way to New Orleans. I'm not a big party person. My body doesn't like alcohol, so I don't drink a lot. Don't like crowds. So being in a crowd is not my first choice either, or being social. Because, I'm not shy anymore, but I talk a lot. And so getting together with a bunch of people screaming over music is not actually my body's first choice for things either. So during the holidays, we fall into this. It's like, well, we have to go to these parties, we have to go to these people's houses and eat. What else is possible with this, okay? So one of the things that I really like to do is, I know this sounds crazy, hold on to your hats because it's going to be, out there. You're going to tell Gary that I'm doing propaganda. But the crazy thing I like to do is ask more questions. I know. It's a good thing you were sitting down while I was saying this, right? But whenever I'm invited to a party, I ask a question. I ask several questions. Things like, if I go to this party, will it create my future? Yes, no. Is it required for me to go to this party? Yes, no. Is going to the party the kingdom of we? Things like this. because if I went throughout not just the holiday seasons but forever of without questions like that, I honestly wouldn't do much. I'm not the greatest social person. And so when I ask questions like this to help me actually create my life. I know, shocking, right? But to actually help create my life. And so if I get a yes to this, and it's like, okay, I'm going to this party for whatever reason. So it's like, who's going to the party? Yes, you are. Are you taking your body with you? Yeah, you're taking your body with you. So it's like I ask another question, like, okay, body, what would it take for this to be fun for us? That's one of my favorite questions ever. What would it take for this to be fun for us? And then I go off and do it. And most of the time I have a great time. I really do. Once I'm there, I'm having a great time and, I get over myself. But I do ask more questions, okay? And then the other aspect of this is that, yes, I am. My producer's like, are you going to tell the sushi story? I am telling the sushi story. The next part of this is oftentimes at holiday parties, sometimes there's a buffet and you get different foods, but sometimes you're presented with a meal. And sometimes it's not a meal that you may actually desire, right? Sometimes it's not actually something that your body ever desires to eat. What do? Here's the crazy thing again. You're going to tell Gary. I ask more questions. Fresh off the presses. I ask more questions. And so when I am presented with food and I go, I ask another question. One time when I used to go to this Thai restaurant a bunch. My mom and I went to the Thai restaurant together. We knew the owner and her sons and everything. So we went in to eat one day, and the son came over and went, oh my God, I'm so glad you guys are here. I just made these new sushi things, and you guys have to try them. And he ran away in his exuberance. He was so excited, to which just said floods of horror for me and my mom and both of our bodies, because she's the most finicky, picky eater I've ever known, okay? And I'm a close second. But really, my body doesn't actually like the texture of raw fish. It's not the raw fish part. I don't care. It's the texture. I don't like prosciutto either. It still has that raw flavor. Texture. It just doesn't work for my body enough. And so I'm sitting there going, crap. And so he comes and puts this in front of us. It's this little bite of this dollop of something. He's like, you guys have to try this. Let me know what you think. And he scampers off. So my mom and I are sitting there looking at it. And I'm like, oh, crap. I may have actually sworn a lot. And so I'm sitting there going, body, do you desire to eat this? And it's like, no. Like, I don't think so. And I'm like, okay, so I asked some other questions. So I'm like, okay, body. I asked the universe, ask the awareness. I'm like, okay, so if I don't eat this, will the sun be insulted? And I got a yes. And I went, crap. I'm like, okay, more questions. Am I okay with the sun being insulted? It's like, hey, you know what? There's choice in all things. Just because he would be insulted still doesn't mean I have to do it. But I'm like, okay, am I okay if he's insulted? And I'm like, no. I'm like, crap. Him being insulted by me does not actually work for my universe and the world. Fine, I'll eat it. So I asked more questions. I'm like, okay, body, here we go. What would it take to be able to eat this with no problem? To not be disgusted and like throw up or just, what would it take? All right, body, what would it take to eat this with absolutely no problems? And I podpocked all the points of view that came up, right? I podpocked points of view about the flavors, the texture, the gag, just whatever came up, I podpocked it. I used the tools, and I'm like, okay, here we go. So I pop it into my mouth, and I swear, you guys, it was one of the most interesting things I've had the experience of, because it didn't taste like anything. It didn't feel like anything. Those textures that were there that disgusted my body and I weren't there. I knew there was something in my mouth. It wasn't just like I was chewing air. There was some weight to it. But past that, nothing. No taste, no texture, no flavor. And so I was able to eat it with no problem. There wasn't any grimace. There wasn't any like, or nothing. It was just tasteless, flavorless, textureless. And I'm like, oh, thank heaven. And then my mother, she goes, you're eating mine. I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, you are. See, I love this. I actually negotiated with my mother, you guys, because I'm the fifth of 5 children. And so she's always, those of you women who have had children know that having children can play havoc on your kidneys, right? And, the baby sit on those kidneys and kind of do some kidney damage. And so I actually negotiated forgiveness for my 1/5 of the kidney damage if I ate the sushi that day. So I ate her sushi as well. And it was the same thing, the flavorless, textureless, and all that kind of stuff. And then what was funny is, so the son came over, and he's like, oh, what did you guys think? And I'm like, oh, crap, how am I supposed to tell this guy that it tasted like nothing? Because that's not right in his universe either. So I was able to actually to pull out of his head and his body what it should have tasted like, felt like, and what responses he was after. And I was like, oh, yeah, I really like the heat of this, and and the combination, blah, 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 blah. And it all worked out really well. So this is what I suggest to do when you're presented with a food during these holidays that's like, I'm not eating that. Ask some more questions. And like I said, the first one I like to start off with is, would I insult this person if I don't eat it? Because you can actually my body doesn't want that. From a superior point of view, that honestly makes people just want to backhand you. So ask the questions of what else is possible, that you're not alone in the world. So you're interacting with people, okay? All right, so we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we are going to have more tips of not only surviving the holidays, but thriving during the holidays, so that the only thing stuffed this holiday season is the turkey. This is Donnielle. This is Right Buddy for You. We are on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body, and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you, being you, are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. This is Donnielle, your host and your body tour guide. And remember how I was saying earlier that my body and I tend to like spend time with the animals and the babies. Well, apparently my cat heard that, because since then she has come and taken my place in the sunshine. Cheeky kitty, going after the warmth. Where do you think my feet were? Well, now they're on her. Ha ha ha. So, welcome back to Right Body for You. It's a different kind of radio show. My cats, when I'm at home, often make their presence known. More than once they have come in caterwauling and meowing and being loud, which I adore them for that. So today we're talking about tips for not only surviving the holiday season, but thriving during the holiday season, so that the only thing you stuff is the turkey, okay? And here's so in the chat room during the break, one of my producers was like, when I was a kid, I would tell people I was allergic to it. No one gets insulted or argues with that. True, done it myself. And here's the other thing with that, just carry that a little bit further. You have to make sure you have no point of view about the lie. Because if you have any point of view about the lie, whether it's like, ha ha ha, they're an idiot, I'm pulling it over on them, or I feel bad, I'm lying, or lying is only okay because it's getting me out of something, or whatever. If you have any point of view about the lie, then it becomes a sticking point for them. They don't even know why, but something doesn't sit right, okay? So, yeah, I've done it myself, but just make sure you actually have no point of view whatsoever about the fact that you're lying or what you're saying, and then it really just becomes a sentence that creates what you desire, okay? So make sure you have no point of view about that. Didn't know this was going to turn into how to be a good liar episode, but there you go. How to be a good liar, have no point of view about it. Sometimes I would be curious nowadays to be able to do one of those polygraph tests, because it's like, if you didn't have a point of view, I bet you guys would pass polygraph tests. I mean, how cool would that be? I can just see it at some access class. It's like, we're going to do a polygraph test to see truly how no point of view you have. That would be funny. So everything that brought up, the story not great. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, talk, make sure it's voices beyond. All right, back to the topic. So number 5, be grateful for your body, okay? I know it sounds simplistic. Access tools, Right Body for You tools are actually simple. Multifaceted like a diamond, absolutely, but they are simple. And being grateful for your body, interestingly enough, is one of the things that will actually nurture you and help you thrive during the holidays. Yes, it's like, you can taste the food, or you can hug Aunt Bertha, or whatever it is. You can feel all these things with your bodies, but it's also a lot of other things. For me, I receive a lot of information with my body. We all do. And one of the things is, hey, I can tell when other people are lying. Ha, ha, ha. We're trying to keep something because there's an interesting energy. And when I do that, when I'm facilitating all the time, is people will be talking and they're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'll just stare. I'm like, well, what's your real question? Because it doesn't match the energy. And my body is actually one of the ways that helps me really perceive and be aware of that. And then it's also the other tactile things, like one of my favorite holiday things to do is to sit in a cold room with the Christmas tree and wrap up in a warm blanket and, eat some cocoa or read a book. And it's just with the lights on the tree, it's just fun. And my body is the one I'm experiencing that with. And I'm so grateful to be able to do that. So being grateful you have your body, and that it's like, because it's such a go time during the holidays, just being grateful for your body actually helps that nurturing of you and your body, which actually helps you thrive during the holidays, okay? So number 4 is 5 is be grateful for your body. And number 6, all right, guys, number 6, who does this belong to? Please, 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 do not dismiss. Oh, I've heard who it belongs to. Move on. Who does this belong to is one of the best ways to thrive during the holiday season, okay? Remember, who does this belong to? you ask for every thought, feeling, emotion, or whatever comes up, who does this belong to? Mind, someone else, or something else? Whatever it lightens up on, you return it to sender, okay, with consciousness attached. And there's something about the holidays that tends to amplify a lot of this stuff. So many people across the world are focused on one thing: the holidays, family, joy, sadness, all of these different things. You know, we're all watching the same movies sometimes, but the same type of movies, the same songs, the same festivities, and it's like, so something about that tends to amplify it, but sometimes it can be more intense. Just because it's more intense, you guys, doesn't mean it belongs to you. I swear, it does not mean it belongs to you just because it's more intense, okay? Which is one of the reasons who does this belong to is so vitally important during the holiday seasons, okay? Who does this belong to? For every thought, feeling, emotion, or pain that comes up, okay? Whether it's in your body, your body's feeling something, you're perceiving something, or you're emoting something, okay? But it's more than just who does that sadness belong to? Who does that happiness belong to? It's also who does that not desiring to go to the party belong to? Who does that wanting to have a drink belong to? Or who does that hangover belong to? You know, because like I can't tell you the number of times I've woken up going, I feel like I'm hungover and I haven't had anything to drink. Well, somebody somewhere had a lot of eggnog, right? Or whatever it is. So who does that hangover belong to? Who does that sadness belong to? Who does that desperate need for acceptance belong to? Who does that feeling of loneliness belong to? Who does that feeling of separation belong to? You know, there's so much. And it's also things like, you know, it's multifaceted, right? Who does that food coma belong to? Okay? And this is, you guys, this is why you want to be in question all the time. So it's like, okay, so you had the meal, you talked to your body, you asked your body what it wanted to eat, how much it wanted to eat, and you did all that. You ate what your body wanted, when it wanted it, how much it wanted it, and then afterwards, you still get a food coma. It's like, what the freaking hell? It's like, you know, I did all that. Well, I must have done it wrong because I'm still in a food coma. Did you? How many people have the point of view that after you eat a meal, you have to have especially in the holidays, you have to have a food coma, right? Who does the point of view that you have to be in a food coma belong to? So it's like, yeah, you could have given your body exactly what it desired to eat. And then, right afterwards, went, oh, yes, there's that warm, fuzzy point of view that you have to have a food coma afterwards. Yes, that belongs to me. And then you feel uncomfortable. And then you judge yourself for doing the other stuff wrong. Who does the point of view about food coma belong to? Okay? So trust me, you guys, who does this belong to is one of the most vital things you can do for this holiday season. And one thing I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to create a cute little graphic that says, who does this belong to? Print it off. Put it in on your mirror when you're getting ready. Put it in your car. Put it in your wallet as you're going to pay for things during the shopping season, whatever it is. Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? And, you know, a couple of fun suggestions like, hey, men or women, doesn't matter, but if you have like pants on, something with pockets, something you put your hand in frequently, when you put your hand in your pocket, your body's tactile, you'll feel that piece of paper and you'll go, oh yes, who does that belong to? Who does that belong to? Who does that belong to? I can't tell you times I've actually done something like that, folded a piece of paper, put it in my bra, so that as I'm moving around, I feel the piece of paper in there. And I go, oh, yeah, who does that belong to? Who does that belong to? It doesn't belong to me. Yay! And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this cute little graphic. Email me at Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com, DONNIELLE @accessconsciousness.com, and I'll just send it to you guys. I think it'll be a fun, cute little graphic. I haven't made it yet. Some inspiration, but it'll be it'll be a small square, just something to help you remember to use who does this belong to during the holiday season, because it's a big one. Please use it. It doesn't belong to you, okay? All right, one thing that does belong to me is we're going on a break. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to finish up the tips for surviving not only surviving, but thriving during the holiday season. All right, this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We are on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
Have you ever been on a land that was so joyful that your whole body lit up? Or swam in a river that brought all your cells to life? What if you are the gift the earth has been asking for? For the first time, Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here are facilitating a class for the earth, with the earth, and inviting you to connect to the earth in a way that you may never have before. What else is possible with the earth that you've never considered? The Earth class is a special 3-day class designed to give you the tools to create change wherever you go on this beautiful planet of ours, with the water, the land, the air, and people. It's inviting you to let the earth know you are here and for the earth, to touch you and let you know it is here for you too. You're invited to join Gary and Dane in Houston, Texas, or online January 24th to the 26th. Go to www.accessconsciousness.com/earthclass for more information. All proceeds will go to El Lugar, a non-profit foundation dedicated to creating greater ecological possibilities. What kind of world would you like to live in? What future are you here to create? Just go to www.accessconsciousness.com/earthclass, January 24th to the 26th. www.accessconsciousness.com/earthclass.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am Donnielle. I am your host. I am your ringleader for laughter. Today we're talking about thriving during the holidays. So the only thing you stuff during the holiday season is the turkey. And, you know, as we're discovering, it's more than just the food. It's also point of view. It's also emotions. It's a bunch of things. So here we go. Number 7, take time for your body. You guys, this is so important. You know, during the holiday season, it's go, 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 go. And who's going? You're going with your body. Your body is quite an intense thing. You know, it's the one running around the mall. It's the one shopping. It's the one going places. It's the one eating. It's so really, to thrive during the holiday season, you need to take time for your body. It could be something as 5 minutes a day of you stop and you read a book, or you have some tea, or you get to be alone, or you actually get the amount of sleep that your body is requesting. So it's interesting because it helps you kind of get your space back for both you and your body. And when you have that space, you're able actually to perceive things that are coming up, so you thrive during the holidays, and you're able to handle things, so you thrive during the holidays. So take time for your body is actually one of the most important things you can do to thrive during the holidays, okay? And then the next one is watch what you say and how you say it. What energy and scenarios are you creating with the words that you're using, okay? Could be something as simple as, I know this will make me fat. Well, you're right, it'll make you fat. Or, I know this will, if I eat this, I'll get sick. You're right, you will. Those are obvious, but it's also the ones that have been like, oh, I don't want to go. Well, with statements like that, the energy you're bringing into the universe sets up a domino effect where you won't have a good time. When you're saying, I don't want to go, I have to go to that, sucks. Well, buoy on you, you're going to end up having a bad time just because that's the energy you're putting out into the universe, okay? I've spent a lot of time talking about words and energy and the energies that come up with it in last week's show and a bunch of others. So please, if you want to listen to last week's show, it's great. But be aware of the words you're using and what that energy is actually creating. Okay, so please be aware of that. And then another one is don't get sucked into familial roles. Okay, what do I mean by that? It's like when I was before I started Access, and actually several years into Access, whenever I was around my family, I became the fat girl. Everybody else was the small, tiny people, and I was the fat one. And so I was able to actually gain like 2 or 3 sizes the second I stepped off a plane. And I was actually agreeing to these familial roles because I didn't want to change the connections I had with them. I didn't want to lose that. But what was interesting is once I was willing to lose that, they didn't think of me that way anymore. I didn't think of me that way anymore. And my family and I, we built different and new connections that are funner for me because I get to be me. And then it's funner for them because it's easier. And so it's like, when we don't get sucked into these familial roles, and you know what I'm talking about. There's so many movies out there about, I feel like I'm 16 whenever I walk back into my parents' house. Those are the familial roles I'm talking about, okay? POD, all the points of view about what it is that we think they should be, what they think we should be, and all that kind of stuff, so you can actually be who and what you are, okay? And then the last one I do is, who does this belong to? Yes, it's so important. I'm repeating it twice. Who does this belong to, you guys? Including a point of view about your familial role, okay? So I'll write all these out if I get a chance so that you guys can see them. But please listen to the show again. There was a lot of information in there, and each one of them is so faceted about what you can and how you can thrive during the holidays. Oh, and speaking of the holidays, you guys, I have a new teleseries coming up I am so excited about. It's called Kickstarting the New Year. It's a 4-part series, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I priced it so it's fairly cheap so that we can all get together and contribute. Because what it is, you know, with New Year's resolutions or goals, people are always like, well, this is what New Year's resolution should be. Boom. But is that what you're actually designed to create for the new year? Because it's not about goals. It's not about changing a bad habit. It's about what you want to create. So the first part of the series will focus on getting rid of points of view about what it should look like the new year so you can actually get clarity on what you desire to create. And then the second half is about pulling that energy in and being familiar with that energy of what you'd like to create so you can actually begin to create that. And like I said, I priced it in a way that I would like a lot of people on this, so everybody's contributing to each other, so that we have like 1,000 people or something all contributing to the creation of the new year and what else is possible. So we can use 2016 as a springboard for everything. And so this one we're actually creating from what we have, not from what we have not. Which, again, listen to last week's show. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited about it. It's called Kickstart the New Year. I did a video on it too, which is on you can go to DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com and watch the video, and I'll post it on this week's radio show page too. So check it out, Kickstart the New Year. And as always, if you and your body would like to know a topic, have me cover it, please email me at Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. I would love to know what you and your body would like to know more about. All right, folks? Thanks for joining me from Thriving for the Holidays. Make it a fun week. Make it a happy week. Make it a happy week and enjoy your body, because you know what? It's enjoying you. And I hope you guys will join me next week, and because I'll be here. Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Right Body for You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.